Hi, Alex. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Really good. I'm looking forward to having this chat with you about yoga and Wales and bringing it all together.
I know. It's really exciting. What's the weather like at the moment with you?
It's bright at the moment, but who knows what it's going to be like. It could be wet later.
I know. So how's everything been? How's lockdown been for yoga, Ireland in general?
Yeah, it's been good, Well, considering, we've started this whole new online world, which is so amazing being able to connect people that are stuck at home. And how about Wales? Are people getting into the online yoga world over there?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's definitely giving people a chance to, as you said, just try it. And again, just connecting everyone all over the world, really, and especially Wales, Ireland, we're similar in so many ways. That
Yeah,
it's really good to give people the chance and the opportunity to try yoga.
yeah, totally. And you guys have a holiday coming up soon, do you, on the 1st of March?
Yeah. Yeah, St. David's Day. So I guess it's a bit like St. Patrick's Day, but less alcohol.
Yeah.
Yes, it's coming up on the 1st of March.
Will probably be similar to us this year since we have no pubs open with lockdown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I was
Yeah.
going to ask actually, how did you get into yoga? What was your yoga journey like?
Yeah, basically, I was teaching an office job for years and, had the usual complaints, feeling tight in my shoulders. And the only exercise at the time I was doing was running. So I wasn't really stretching. And then I was feeling it in my hips. So someone recommended yoga, and I said, why not? And then I just really connected with the practice. Took a while now, it took me a while to find the right teacher and being persistent after about a year. And then I just got hooked and haven't stopped since and brought it to Ireland.
Oh, that's so good. That's so cool. How long's that been now?
Yeah, probably about 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So what about you? Have you been teaching a while or practicing a while in Wales?
Yeah, so coming up to about 6 years, I got into yoga. Basically, I was playing netball and I got injured so badly. So they were like, "You're out of sport for 2 years. If you don't rehab properly and you don't start stuff like yoga, you're probably not going to get back to playing." And the stigma behind yoga at the time, I was like, "Oh, I don't want to do this yoga Zen stuff. I just don't really want to do it." And then I went, and the benefits of it outweighed how much I wanted to go. And to be honest, I had such a misconception of what yoga was,
Yeah.
and I know you probably came into more of the kind of mental side of it, but physically for me and for my sport, it was just so beneficial. And then I decided to create my own method that was even more targeted towards sport because I was like, there's more people like me that want to try yoga that don't necessarily like it or have a misconception of it. So I created a company called Yogability from that then.
That's amazing. It's just crazy how you can just develop it into something that works and then be able to spread it. And for me, I just love the meditation side as well as the movement and how it can just completely de-stress you even after a few minutes connecting with your breath. And do you feel the people in Wales are really getting into yoga now, or is there still a few myths going around about yoga?
It's funny you say that because it's funny it took a pandemic for even some of my closest friends to try it. They were like, I may as well. I've literally got nothing else. Like there's nothing else. I may as well. And it's the common one, especially in athletes, is I'm not flexible enough to do yoga. And a part of you just wants to be like, oh, forget it. I'm not explaining my side again. But
Yeah.
it's kind of yeah, the more I do think it's the same misconception as I had is that you think there's one style and you think it's just if you don't like one person that one instructor that you just don't like yoga, but there's so many different styles, there's so many different instructors, and even though I came in from the physical side, the I love yin yoga, I love all the restorative classes now, so I do think even yeah, it doesn't matter how you get into it. There's always something for you. How about you? Any myths?
Yeah, well, one of the ones I thought was that you need to be a certain size or age or shape to start. And and to be flexible to start, but you do yoga to become flexible. And I love that you're tapping into the different styles. I'm the same, you know. I must try your yoga ability though. It's great now with this whole online world. I'm able to tune into a Welsh class, something that I wouldn't have been able to do before. Do you feel that there's lots of similarities between Ireland and Wales?
Yeah, definitely. And I think as well, worldwide, is if you're talking about yoga, we're talking about wellness, especially in lockdown. Mental health and even physical health is so important now. And yoga's been really, really good, I think, in Ireland and in Wales, that you're able to do it at home. You don't actually need anything, you just need space. Yeah. And I think that's similar in the two. I do find that Wales and Ireland are really similar in all aspects, from, like, you know, humor to, you know, rugby and sport, and now yoga. I'm gonna jump into your class, even for the accent. I love
oh, I love that. And as well, I just feel like now, you know, when we all are in lockdown and this thing in the world is going on, it's just great to feel like part of community. And I feel like Ireland and Wales love their small community. We're really proud of our small countries, and we definitely always back each other up if we're in the Six Nations or something like that.
And it comes down to that social side of it. So it comes to interacting, and you can even do that online, and even it's a bit easier that you can do it. You can do it online, and as you said, it's that community feel, and you can have a community and interaction now with Ireland and Wales, which is probably what we wouldn't have done that before lockdown.
Yeah, it's so good. And if you were just starting teaching now, would you have any advice to give to a teacher that was just getting stuck into it?
Yeah, I would say a couple of things. I would say to make friends. I think in the industry, it can be a really lonely place because you're the instructor to the students. However, and I would definitely say not to compare yourself to anyone. Just, you're on your own journey, you're on your own path. It's really hard at the start not to compare yourself to people that have been teaching for years, but just try and stick to your own kind of style. Yeah, and I think that's probably the most important, is just not to compare yourself to anyone else. How about you?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I just feel like once you find your voice and your vibe, then you really do find your tribe, and people will connect with that. And I feel like, you know, probably like having a humor, and Irish humor goes a long way in a yoga class. Doesn't have to be so serious, and you can just feel great in your body and mind. And I think that's what we both totally believe in. So it's such a great practice for that.
You know, if say you're trying to encourage someone to try yoga, what advice would you give anyone that's new?
There's lots of things I'd say, but I would say start small. Don't just commit to a big long class. Maybe you just find a class, maybe one of ours on YouTube, for maybe even just 5-10 minutes, and start small. If that doesn't suit you, try another.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's probably the key thing, isn't it? That if you try one and it's not for you, there's others out there. But it's cool how similar it is, isn't it?
It's so good. So will we leave everyone with any quick tips? Any quick tip you have for our
I would say honestly, just give it a go. 100% give it a go. How about you?
Yeah, just roll out your mat, even if it's just to sit and, you know, have a few breaths. That's what it's all about. But thank you so much. I love this chat, Alex.
It was so nice to finally speak to you.
Yeah, take care. Bye.